Hello, my friends. This is Matthew, aka the Nucleus Cyborg, and it is October 29th, and it is currently almost 4:30. It's 4:27 in the afternoon. I meant to come to you earlier today and try to do this video, but I had to wait for something, which I'll tell you about that when I get there. Also, this is the second time I'm trying to record this video. My computer screen froze just a minute ago. It does that sometimes. And I think it still records, but like I said, my face freezes, so it's not record. I don't know if it's recording anymore. So if it, hopefully I'm going to run through everything again. Hopefully it doesn't freeze up on me again. Anyway, it is, as I said, it is Friday, October 29th. So this is the last Friday before Halloween. We are drawing to a close here in October, just a few more days left. And so I wanted to do this video. It's hard to believe that the first week of October, I was actually living the high life down in Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. It was such a great trip. Disney World has changed a lot since I was a kid. I've been going since I was a baby, or so my mom and dad tell me. And I am from Miami, so we went a lot as I was a kid, my brothers and I. So Disney World is very ingrained into my personality, who I am. I love Disney World as much as it hurts with prices and all that stuff nowadays, yes. But I still have a great love for Walt Disney World, so I'm glad when I go. I am always looking forward to the next vacation. But in hopes that the screen does not freeze up again, let's go ahead and go through this. So I took a trip October 2nd. We came back on October 8th. So I was the last person of the party. There were 7 plus me, so eight of us on the trip. We had a Key West, that's our home. We've been Vacation Club members for a couple of years now. That is our home. We had a villa, couple of bedrooms. My brother, who hadn't been in about 10 years, he finally got to go back with his girl. Well, he brought his girlfriend along, and we had another family that we have become friends with that were able to come with us. And it was such a great trip with all of us there. But as I said, I was the last person to arrive. On the 2nd, I left. I had a flight out from Louisville to Stanford in Orlando, Florida. I left. My flight was about 9 o'clock in the morning. I think it was 8:59, so it was like right before 9 o'clock. And I got there about 12:30, 1 o'clock ish in Stanford, and I had a kind of a taxi limousine service. It wasn't a limo, but kind of like a darn, what are those services now? The car services that you can buy, that you can call ahead, and Uber. It's kind of like an Uber thing. Guy picked me up. He took me all the way to Walt Disney World and right to the door of my hotel. We had a nice villa. And I jumped right into it. I dropped my bag off, and I changed my clothes a little bit from travel clothes, and I met my mom and a few others at the Disney Springs. We just hung out there, walked around, maybe had a drink or so, ate maybe, until around a little bit before 4 o'clock, where we went to the Halloween party, the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. I said I've already done it. I've tried to do this video already, so some of all my stuff here from the trip is kind of already spread around. So what they did is at 4 o'clock when you got there, with admission, all this was free, but of course with admission, they give you this nice trick-or-treat bag, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, let's boo this, and you have It was during the Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration. So that's nice. One of a kind. It's going to be limited. And then they also give you this picture. The picture itself. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party with the castle and, Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. And just the picture, I went out today and got a nice frame for it to hang up. So that's that. And then also while I was there, I think the only thing that I purchased that day was this. This is a popcorn bucket. I don't necessarily collect these popcorn buckets, but back in last year, the hot seller popcorn bucket was the Mickey and Minnie Christmas tree popcorn bucket, which was gold. Had the Christmas tree lights on it. It actually lit up. That's when I saw this. That's why I got this. I thought the jack-o'-lantern would light up, but no, it does not. But it was a souvenir from being there at Halloween. But we also found out that later, as it got darker, that Mickey dressed here as a mummy. The wrappings, they do actually glow. So when it gets dark, so that was kind of cool to find out. But it's just going to be decoration from now on. Okay, moving on. The next day we went to Epcot, and the main thing there, I was trying to look for a niche fragrance. If you watched any of my videos in the past, you know that I love fragrances. I try to limit my fragrance collection because being single, being just the average worker, you just can't continually buy and use fragrances. Excuse me. So, I looked up the 3 countries. If you go to World Showcase at Epcot, the backside of Epcot, they have the countries. There's Italy, France, and Norway that have fragrance stores. Norway has, there's nothing I liked at Norway. I don't think there was anything I liked at Italy, but when I was in France, I discovered Bulgari fragrance brand, and they had some nice niche fragrances there. But it was later in the afternoon, and I think we had a reservation to ride the new Guardians of the Galaxy's new roller coaster ride, and so right as I was about to purchase it, we had to leave for that. I was going to come back, but I didn't realize that Epcot that day, Epcot, the Future World, the other part with the rides and attractions, actually stayed open longer than World Showcase where the countries were. So about 7 p.m. we tried to go back and it was closed. So World Showcase closed while Future World, the other half of Epcot, stayed open later. So it was closed. I didn't get a chance to do that. But later in the vacation, one day I went to by myself. I went back to Disney Springs, and the rest of the party, they wanted to spend some time at the pool. I didn't necessarily want to do that, so I'm single, I live alone, and so I'm just used to doing things by myself. So that's what I just wanted to do. I just want to take some time by myself, do some things that I wanted to do, leisurely walk around, and just, have some alone time. While I was there, I did stop by the Art of Shaving, and I did find some fragrances there. They could be considered niche, but this green lavender that they have there from the Art of Shaving. This is cologne intense, so I got 2. They're intense colognes. So so that's nice. This is very nice. This is a little bottle. It's only a 1 ounce bottle. I asked if they had a bigger one because I like this fragrance better, the best, but they didn't have it. They only had a small bottle. Let me look up the. Look this up again. Okay, so green lavender. The description: a fragrant breeze tiptoeing across the lush fields of lavender. We have orange, sweet, juicy, and refreshing, while remaining a distinctly spicy floral scent. Then you have, of course, lavender, sharp and distinctively sweet, with soothing woodsy undertones, and moss, rich, earthy moss with hints of fresh forest scents. That's what this is. It's very nice. I like this one. Of course, now here in Kentucky, things are getting colder, so uh, I sprayed this earlier when I was trying to do this video. First video, hopefully the screen doesn't go freeze up. So I sprayed it in the cap. It's very nice, very soothing. It reminds me of going, if you've ever gone to a spa, gotten a massage or something like that, or service like that, or a facial, maybe you go back in those rooms and they have, scent throughout the room to try to help calm you, relax you. That's the vibe I get with this. It's very nice, very light. uh, then the next one, this is called Vivitor Citron. This is a bigger bottle, 3.3 ounce. So that's what that is. Vivitor Citron Cologne Intense. This is very nice too. This is lighter. Yeah, this is lighter than the lavender, green lavender. This is very nice, very fresh, very soothing. It's got lemon in it. Let's see. Favorite of citron. So it's described as a spirited and luminous blend of nature's most iconic aromas. We have vetiver. Excuse me. What have I been saying before? It's vetiver. Okay. Vetiver, a dry, smoky, and distinctive masculine scent. We have black pepper in there. A warm, spicy middle note with fresh accents, and then you have lemon, familiar and cheerful with sweet and sour undertones. Together, I think these cost me $138. Let me pull up my credit card, see if it's still log me out again. Just a second, let me log back in and pull this back up. Was my last statement. Last statement. Then freeze, did it? No, I still got it. Okay, the art of shaving, here we go. Together, yes, $223.64. Not too bad for two fragrances. The bottles are nice. The bottles are nice and heavy. This was not so much because, it's such a small bottle. But that and the caps are magnetic and metal. So, for the price, that's pretty good. And like I said, they could be considered niche because they're different from the regular market of fragrance. And then also, I went back in and I'm trying to grow my beard out. If you noticed in the past few videos, if you care to watch, I'm usually clean shaven. I've been trying to grow this out. But I've had problems in the past growing a beard because it just doesn't tend to grow in evenly. Excuse me, evenly. So I went back and in there and I bought a beard balm. That's one of the things as you start to grow a beard, your face starts to itch. So a beard balm. This has bergamot in it, and Nerly. I can't. It's got some weird cursive, and I can't read it. It looks like Neroli. essential oil, stubble balm, so or balm, BALM. It smells very good. Using this every day. And then they use two products for the shower. As you're in the shower, you have a beard wash, and as you can see, I've already started using it. So you wash your beard out with it. Wash your beard with this, and then you put on a conditioner, which again you can see I've already started to use. So about put this in, rub this in about 3 to 5 minutes, and so these two together, they're trying to help me grow a beard here. So that's that. That was when I went to by myself to Disney Springs. One of the things, another thing, this is where the video froze last time, so hopefully it doesn't again. While I was there at Disney Springs by myself, I don't know exactly how I ended up there, but I found myself outside the Star Wars shop, and I'm a big Star Wars fan myself. You probably can't, I don't know if you can see it, but you see my tattoo there. It's not a, I can't get my sleeve up anymore. But the Jedi wings and star there, a tattoo on my arm there. So I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and my spare bedroom upstairs is decorated in all things Star Wars. It's my Star Wars galaxy up there. So I was outside the Star Wars shop. I was like, "Don't go in there, Matt. You're going to end up buying something that you didn't intend on." And I was right. And a weird coincidence, as soon as I walked in, another customer was looking at this. This is Walt Disney World's Legacy Dark Saber. They were looking at this, and right as I walked in, the customer that they were showing this to hit the switch. Right as I walked in the door. I was fascinated. I had to see it. Again, it is nice in one way. A nice addition to my collection. Yes, there are issues I have with it. I saw Sir James something. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. If you watch this video, forgive me. He reviews this. He's reviewed this very saber. As you can see, is more of a white saber, quotation marks, than the dark saber that you see in the Clone Wars, because you have this white blade here with just a black strip down the center. So, but I do like it, and then also as it lights up, I like the fact that it lights up quickly. But as you can see here in the hilt, you have those like 4 little windows there, and only the top 2 are lit. So it's like, why didn't they go to the why didn't they take the time to? They should all 4 be lit. This blade is, it fits all the way down in the hilt. So why shouldn't those 2 be lit as well? Yes, that is something. But then, like I said, it deactivates really quickly too. So then you have the switch here on the front. You press this. That releases the blade. Blade comes out. So setting that aside, the hilt itself, I mean, at first glance, I like it. Where it could clip and hang onto your belt. Yes, why didn't they make it black like the regular hilt, so this thing doesn't stand out as much, being silver? But also the screw there, that's where you unscrew it, and then the battery pack comes out the bottom there. I believe 3 AAA batteries it runs on. It is nice. It also came with a stand. So, like I said, it's just very basic stand, kind of like, very light, kind of like cheap plastic. But it comes with a little, that is the clip. I'll show you that in a minute. But here you have a little foam patch it came with. So it's nice padding for the pommel, and it just rests up there this way. So just so you can display it. Now this, which is what made that rattling noise a minute ago, this little thing, when the blade is not in there, fits right in there as you're displaying it. Keeps out dust, dirt and dust. So that it's nice. It is what it is. I have another one on my Christmas list. Hopefully maybe somebody will buy it for me. It's the Mando Dark Saber from, I think, saberfx.com. So, I just keep collecting lightsabers, Okay, and then we went to, this was the highlight of the trip. We went to Hollywood Studios and went to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. How did I forget that? I just said I was a Star Wars fan, right? Anyway, we went there, and what I wanted to do on this trip, I got to do twice. The bar, Orga's Cantina, I got to get in twice. I went in the morning with my mother, and I had 3 drinks, non-alcoholic. I had my favorite was the carbon freeze. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. It was so cool, and I got to see how they make it. They put it's not glass. It's more like a hard plastic cup, but they put it in it looks like a blender, but it's not. It's like they put it inside this thing. They close it like you would a blender, but then it it does. It looks like It looks like the carbon freeze that you see in the movies, where the steam or the it's not steam. It's but it's very cool how they do that, and then putting the mix in there with the popping pearls that are just swirling around there, and it tastes delicious. I had the blue milk. The milk itself was very good. I honestly don't know if I prefer the liquid version that you get in the cantina, Ogre's Cantina, or the frozen kind that you get outside. I don't necessarily think there's a difference. I've heard some people say that they like the liquid form rather than the frozen form that you get outside better, but I don't think so. It doesn't. There wasn't much of a difference for me. The cookie that you get with it, because milk and cookies, you get blue milk and cookies. It was okay. It's shaped like a bantha. That's called the blue bantha. So just like the animal that you see in the original Star Wars movie, the first one, the New Hope. And then I got the what was it? My mother, she got the Java Juice. What other one? Punch It. I got the Punch It. It was very, very good. That was Blue Mountain flavor Powerade with some blueberry. What was it? Syrup or something like that. It was very good. I liked it. There was some non-alcoholic. It was in the morning. I didn't want to walk around Hollywood Studios all day buzzed. So, but when we got to go in the evening, guess what I got? I finally got it. The Rancor Beer Flight. Yes, I was able to get this. It was the only one that I got. I considered getting the Alderaan wine, but again, to save myself money. So he got 4 of these, and I thought that I asked the waiter, he, the one that he brought me with the samples, was like, "Are you going to clean this out? Because I know we get to keep it, right?" And he says, "Oh no, I'm going to get you a brand new one." So, so it was nice. So you got 4 of these, and you get the board. I use it right now for the display. It's it's displayed here in the middle of my kitchen table. Very cool. Now they didn't have all the beers that come with the sampler. I got a ale tasted more like apple, tasted something like Angry Orchard or something like that, an apple based beer cider that I tried that he gave me in place. Yeah, that was pretty much the only one that I liked. The other ones were okay, but like I said, some people have said I've gotten the four beers because they're allowed two drinks. uh, they've gotten the actual mug of beer instead of just the samplers of beer. Uh, but I'm glad I just got the samples because the samples was enough for me. I just wanted the board and the cups. So that was good. I finally got that, and that was the thing I wanted to do the most on this trip, on my trip. And so that's what I got to do, and I got to do it twice. So I was happy with the trip. Uh, while I was there, uh, this was the very first time that I got stuck on a Walt Disney World ride. I was riding the Rise of Resistance ride. They now have a standby line. It used to be just a what do they call it? The virtual queue. That's what it is. Virtual queue that you had to sign up for in the morning and the afternoon. Hopefully, you got a spot. Now they have a standby line, so I stood by. This was later in the afternoon, so I had done pretty much all I wanted to do. Like I said, the Orcas Cantina, that was the main thing I wanted to do on this trip. So I didn't really want to do anything else in Hollywood Studios. But I was an hour and a half that I waited in the standby line. I finally got on. The very first turn as I got into it, it stopped, and one of the droids comes down at the first kind of like elevator shaft. It's one of those Imperial probe droids. It was coming down. We turned the corner. It was coming down, and then the ride shut off. And we were sitting there for about 20 minutes, and the ride didn't start again. So a cast member just in the Imperial Guard, which was kind of funny because once you're in the ride, they're acting like the Imperial troopers. So even though he was dressed like that, he was acting more like a Disney cast member, very helpful and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool. He released us from our restraints, and which was would Imperial Guard do that? No, I don't think so. But anyway, and then we actually got to walk through the ride a little bit, which is something again you would never. If you ever did that, if you ever got out your restraints and did that, you wouldn't be welcome back to Disney that park for a while. That's against the rules. So that was kind of cool, even though. And then also they gave me a fast pass. That was good too. 9 o'clock that day, I could come back and do it again, which I did. And that second time it didn't break down. So that was cool. Then we went to Hollywood Studios. So that was Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and then we went to Universal Studios. And we mainly stayed in we walked through, but we mainly stayed in the Harry Potter section of the park. We did I think the only ride that we did, the only one that I can remember is the Escape from Gringotts that you would see in the Harry Potter movies, where Harry and Hermione and Ron they escape from Gringotts reading the books, and you see in the movie. It was kind of cool walking through the bank, Gringotts Bank. The animatronics of the goblins. I realized how they had it probably because you could see them. They made them bigger. If you stood by one, they would probably be about the size of a normal sized man or human being. Now in the books, goblins are described as very small, smaller than the house elves. Probably in reality up to your knee or something like that. So a lot smaller. But I realized as animatronics and the mechanics inside, they had to make them bigger. That was kind of cool, and the ride itself was kind of cool. But I think that was really the only thing we did besides walking through Hogsmeade, and we did get to ride between the parks and the Hogwarts Express, so that was cool. And it was neat because on one side you have the window, so to speak, of the train. Not a window; it's more like a video screen. It is like you're passing the trees and scenery and all that stuff, but really it's a video screen. Then on the other side, where somebody they close the door of your compartment, and you can see outside. You see like the shadow of like the Dementors, and you see like the shadow of Ron, Harry, Hermione, and you hear their voices and all. So it's very cool. Now, while I was in Magic Kingdom, I didn't realize that the shirt that they had for the Not So Scary Halloween party, I didn't realize it was exclusive to just Magic Kingdom. So I didn't get it, and I thought I would be able to get it at Disney Springs. Not so. That wasn't so. So it's a bummer, and they've already sold out. They sold out because I know somebody lives in Orlando her job, what she does, she goes into Magic Kingdom or into the parks, and she'll buy stuff and she'll ship it out to people all over the world that ask, of course, for a fee and all that stuff. But she lives there in Orlando, and that's what she does. But while we were in Universal, I wasn't gonna make the same mistake, so I bought their T-shirt for their party. So it's got a Grim Reaper on the front, and then Halloween Horror Nights on the back here. So that's Universal's, and their Halloween thing at night was really cool. We got to see a lot of spooky characters walking around, and lots of very theatrical. I did get a shirt from Disney Springs. It is a Halloween shirt. It's not the Not So Scary Halloween party shirt, but it is a shirt. This is the one I had to wait for. I wore it yesterday at work, so I had to wait and wash this. It was in the wash, and you can see it's got at least the 2022 on there. So, I did get a Halloween shirt, but okay. And moving on, I also got while I was in Disney Springs. I had one of these. This is just a keychain. I had one of these before. It lights up. But somehow the blade had broken in two. It still worked. But then eventually I lost it or whatever. So I got a new one. And that cost $15. Jeez, man. For a keychain. $15. Anyway. But I wanted one. And while I was at Universal, I bought these two things. If you go to Pottermore.com, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.com fan page, you can take a quiz and be sorted into a Hogwarts house. You can figure out what your wand is. You can figure out what your Patronus is. And so I belong to Hufflepuff. And so this is the backpack I bought. And then I bought a ball cap, Hufflepuff. So I'm showing my class colors. Now I did buy a pen too, but I was right there at the checkout. And so I didn't realize it. I just saw the yellow, so I assumed this was the Hufflepuff pen. But later as I got home, I realized this is the Gryffindor pen. So that's gold. That's not yellow. That's gold. But anyway, it's just a pen, and that too, I think that cost me $15. So everything's expensive down in Orlando. So these two things, and then also the last. I got two more things to show you. The cord of my computer there. The box that the Saber came in. This is the Legacy. God. box that the Saber came in. Funny story, I was in Disney Springs and I was trying to take it easy. There's a stage that they have up there down at Disney Springs where some people, cast members and stuff, will get up there and perform. I was sitting there, nobody was performing, but I was sitting there to relax. Well, the sun was blazing, so I decided to get up. I left this there at the seat where I was sitting, and it took me about 15 minutes. I went to a stand to try to get something to drink, but they were taking forever. So I went to sit somewhere else, like I was sitting on the edge of a flower bed or something, and sitting in the shade. And then it just dawned on me. I was like, "Where is my Saber?" And luckily, it was still there. Actually, there was a couple there that was holding it for me. They said, "Well, we found this here when we sat down. We were going to take it into the Disney store, the biggest Disney store that they have at downtown Disney, the World of Disney store, and turn it in there." So I turned out to be very lucky. But that's just the box that it came in. I'm gonna keep the box. And what other? I bought another backpack while I was down there. My mother showed me a picture of this before I arrived at Walt Disney World for the trip. She showed me a picture of this. It's a backpack. As you can see, it's got Darth Vader's helmet on there. It's got some red stripes on there, so it's got some it's a Star Wars backpack. It's from the store Vera Bradley. You got the pen that says it on there. So this is my weekend travel bag or day bag. I use the Hufflepuff one during the week at work. Men gotta have bags too, ladies. We got stuff that we gotta carry around too. So anyway, guys. Hopefully the screen is kept on this long, so let's hope that it does not as we close here. But that was I just wanted to log in all the things that I did, some of the things I did, some of the things that I purchased there. All in all, it was a good trip. I did end up spending, I did spend more than I saved and intended. But honestly, I don't think that I spent more or splurged too much. I paid off my credit card a few days ago, and my credit card bill was high. But I don't think it was necessarily just me. Probably to save myself money, yes. I probably shouldn't have spent so much, but what made it bad was because I might have said earlier, when I had to house my dog, his resort bill was almost $600. So adding $600 onto what I spent on my vacation. So I think we have a trip coming up in March sometime. I think what I might do is I'm gonna have to downgrade him from, I can't remember what his status it was or is. I think they have like gold, silver, and bronze status. I think he's silver. So I'm going to have to downgrade him, I think, just to help me save some money. I mean, just the way it is. I'm sorry, my dog, Cooper, I don't... You shouldn't have to spend time in a cage as much as he does here at home. But I can't afford that anymore with the prices skyrocketing here in Kentucky, around the world. Gas price, everything's more expensive nowadays. Gas going up, food at grocery stores is going up, everything's going up, and price wise. So it's just something I'm gonna probably have to do. So anyway, that is that. I'm glad you all clicked on this video. I'm at 40 minutes right now. Like I said, I don't think I've necessarily been rambling on as I tend to do in some of these videos, some of my videos. But I did have a lot to share, and I wanted to share with you, and wanted to log for myself for the future. Hopefully, maybe it's to gain something from this. If you liked what you saw, or comment, subscribe. Speaking of that, I'd like to give a quick shout out to, let's see, just 1 second. There was someone who commented on one of my last videos. My video on, let me see, my recent video on uh, the review of Saint Yves Saint Laurent Le Nuit de la Homme Blue Electric Cologne. Uh, my review on that, and there was a guy named Paul. So I want to shout out to Paul. Thank you for commenting. I'm not sure if you subscribed, but let me see. See if I can find my subscribers. My channel. 28 subscribers. I found it yesterday. Or I found it the other day that I was able to find out all the names of the people that have subscribed. No, but I can't find it right now. But I want to give out a shout out to him, Paul. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching that video. So, again, anybody here, if you would like, comment. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. I have been to Disney. That's what this video was all about. I have been to Universal. If and when I go back, which again we're going back in March, for a family member, she is performing in a parade. So that's going to be awesome to see she in a Walt Disney World parade. But I really would like to just go back to Universal. I think at this stage, at this point in my life, I'm 36. And as I've said before, I've been to Disney World more times than I can count. I think I've done everything that I'm interested in. And as I've already said, I got to do the Oregon's Cantina twice. It would be kind of not cool to get back in so I could try some other drinks and all that stuff. But, I don't think I really would have to do that. But I would like to go back to Universal and do more of the Harry Potter stuff. And just, there are some other things that I found out about Universal, some hidden spots at Universal that I'd like to have. So we didn't ride much at Universal. I'd like to do more of that. And I might have said, I can't remember if I said, when we went to the Halloween party, I dressed up as a Jedi. And I took my lightsaber along. I found out that it was quite cumbersome. I didn't anticipate having to carry around the whole time. If I had brought a backpack, which I didn't, so that's another tip. Even though they inspect backpacks, you might want to bring one, take one, for all the stuff that you have. So it would at least freed up my hands. If I had brought a backpack, I got to put the lightsaber that I brought along to go with my costume in that bag. It was just cumbersome. But while we were thinking of, or just about to go to Universal, I have a interactive wand. I was going to bring it at the very last minute. I decided to leave it because I tried to learn my lesson from earlier in the trip, going to Magic Kingdom, being cumbersome with the lightsaber. So even though the wand was, a lot smaller than my lightsaber, I didn't want to be encumbered with it. So I ended up leaving it. When I was there, I saw everybody else with their interactive wands at the interactive stations, and I was like, "Dang man, I wish I would have brought mine." And then also I found out that you can buy the robes that you see in the movies, and the robes come with like a little sleeve inside for you to put your wand. So I was like, "Man, if I would have bought one of those, I could." And then as you saw, I brought the backpack. I could have put it in there. Just things like this, you're watching, and if you watch other people's videos about their experiences at Disney, at Universal, you just gain tips. So, if anybody watching, you like, comment, subscribe, like what you saw, and you can ask me things. You could, again, comment down below. and I will try to answer your questions. Help you with your trip. And so that's what all this is about. If you would like, again, if you like what you saw, here I am starting to ramble now. Like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and it is currently 5:12 p.m. now, and I've been rambling on for 45 minutes. So I am going to stop this video. Thank you for watching. Last time, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. I have no idea what it's going to be, but well, we'll see you then. So thank you for watching. This has been Matthew, the Nucleus Cyborg. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.